What's up guys, Maik Wiedenbach here, coming at you from the YouTube studios in New York with a question from the audience. The question is, hey Mike, what's the deal with TRT or testosterone replacement therapy? Well, the short answer is it's roids by dog, right? But let's go a little bit into detail. So, as the name implies, it is a medical procedure to give you more testosterone when your testosterone is low. What does that mean? How do we measure it? And what are the implications? So what would be symptoms of low testosterone? It would be anemia, low sex drive, erectile dysfunction, loss of muscle, low bone density, could be depression. We even think it's linked to heart disease and obesity, albeit the obesity could just be in conjunction with the depression. So people who are sad tend to eat more crap, so I don't know what comes first, right? But low testosterone really has a plethora of negative side effects. So at some point, somebody realized that, hey, we can cure this because we have synthetic testosterone that we can give people. So here's what happens. Somebody more or less self-diagnoses that he has low testosterone, and goes and gets blood work done. So what they measure is your total testosterone and your free testosterone. What's the difference? The free testosterone is the one that's not currently bound to albumin or SBHG. Okay, so that should be about 3%. Low testosterone means about less than 300 nanograms per milliliter. If that's the case, the person qualifies for said therapy. Okay, so now what happens? So now more tests are being done. And this is the ideal scenario. This is obviously somebody does it by the book and does not get his stuff off the street, which also has been done. Then we would be testing for thyroid levels, for estradiol, for liver levels like AST, ALT, as well as for metabolic panel, CPC, and your lipids, such as cholesterol up and down. So for instance, and also your PSA, of course. So if you already have a high degree of PSA and you're prone to prostate cancer, then you would obviously not be getting testosterone because that could accelerate the effects. So if that all checks out, I'm gonna sit down. If that all checks out, then this person will be put on the medication. And again, there are multiple layers. So the very common is you get the cream, right? The androgel or whatever that is called. That is a complete ripoff. That is a complete ripoff. Repeat after me. Because you're getting very, very little drug for a lot of money. You're getting 5 milligrams a day, which I'm bad at math, but I think that's 150 for the month, which is not even all absorbed, and you're paying an insane amount for it. If anyone decides to go that route, you must inject or find somebody who injects testosterone intramuscular, which is usually done to the range of 100 to 200 milligrams a week, okay? Then blood levels are being measured, make sure everything's okay. And then from there on, basically, there are different ways to go. So some clinics then also offer HCG to prevent testicular atrophy, along with some sort of an anti-I, so that could be Arimidex, to prevent estrogen buildup. That depends on the doctor, on your blood work. And then, of course, often growth hormone is being added to the mix to potentiate the effects of testosterone. It's very pricey. I'm not sure if it's worth it, to be honest. I would not recommend it. And then some clinics also say, oh, we can give you Winstrol and Deca, which of course is nonsense because you're not Winstrol deficient, you're testosterone deficient, okay? Winstrol or Deca or Anavar are steroids, Testosterone is a hormone which is also a steroid, but it's made within your body. So who should get this type of therapy? Personally, I think it has a lot of positive effects for most people. However, there's a couple disclaimers. If your diet and training are not in check, you're wasting your time, money, and all the effort, okay? It will not magically transform you into Superman. Now, you will have more energy, you will build more muscle, you will have a better outlook on life, most likely. Your sex life should increase. That's all good and well. But if you're eating nachos and watching Netflix, it's a waste. But somebody where everything is in check, and maybe because of a stressful job or whatever the case may be, is suffering from a lower level of testosterone, that person under medical supervision could definitely benefit from that. Now, know what you're doing. You're taking steroids. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just telling you how it is. So, yes, it is a naturally occurring substance in the body, but you're using a dosage that is just much, much higher than you normally would be having. So monitoring is a must, okay? Blood work every, I would say, 6 weeks or so, depending on the clinic, definitely needs to be done. But I think, in the grand scheme of things, it's reasonably safe. It has a good risk-reward ratio. It's very cost efficient. And it's also the only steroid that people ever need. So I talked about this in my other videos. When I go around the gyms today, people have gone nuts. I mean, the amount they're using and the combinations and the stacks, they're just through the roof. So I would be comfortable with somebody under medical supervision using pharmaceutical grade testosterone, not something that was made in Mexico or in China or in some guy's bathtub, and using that to gain, 5-6 pounds of muscle, so that's fine. But just know what you're doing. There are risks with that. You need to be aware of that, and you need to be checked up, regularly. But aside from that, I think it is actually one of the better procedures out there. Maik out.